Welcome to CATEX TV. This is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, September 23rd, 2011. Applied Insurance Research up in Boston has issued a very preliminary insured loss estimate for Typhoon Roke. It's between 150 million and 600 million US. The storm made landfall in Japan on Wednesday as a Category 2. It struck Shizuoka Prefecture on the main island of Honshu. According to AIR, the extent of the damage was mitigated somewhat by the fast-moving nature of the storm. No further damage was reported at the Fukushima nuclear plant. In Abidjan, in the Ivory Coast, looters have now collectively racked up about $8.5 million worth of plunder over the past months of political crises, and them sacking the museum, stealing art, and the institution's entire gold collection. The curators of the museum are tracking the losses on paper because the computer was stolen. According to the director of the Fowler Museum in Los Angeles, the museum in Abidjan used to be one of the best maintained in Africa. The thieves apparently knew what to take. 17th century gold was stolen, but less valuable pieces next to them were not even touched. Well, today's the day the school bus-sized satellite is going to hit Earth today. It's still not known exactly where it's going to land, but NASA is guessing as to where it won't land. Bus-sized satellite is expected to break into more than 100 pieces as it comes through the atmosphere today. CBS News is reporting that NASA is saying that the accident, it's not an accident, that the landing will happen somewhere in the South Pacific. 3/4 of the Earth's surface is water, so it's likely that that's where it will land. FEMA is ready just in case. The best guess is that the 20-year-old satellite will hit this afternoon or early evening. Well, yesterday at the United Nations, President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad of Iran came on for his annual speech to the General Assembly. A number of people walked out. Mr. Ahmadinejad said, by the way, that he is an engineer, and because he's an engineer, he knows that it was impossible for the two World Trade Center towers to have fallen. Mr. Ahmadinejad is a traffic management engineer. I don't know that he knows anything about structure, but interestingly enough, in a news conference in San Diego yesterday, an aluminum research institute came out with this. It said a mix of sprinkling system water and melted aluminum from aircraft hulls likely triggered the explosion that did fall the Twin Towers on 9/11. A materials expert told a technology conference this. He said, if my theory is correct, tons of aluminum ran down through the towers where the smelt came into contact with a few hundred liters of water. This is according to Christian Simonsen, a scientist at Sintef, a technology research institute based in Norway. He said, we know that reactions of this sort lead to violent explosions. He said that, in fact, a aluminum water scenario would account for the explosion that occurred just before the collapse. According to the aluminum industry, in a controlled experiment carried out by Alcoa Aluminum, 20 kilos of molten aluminum was allowed to react with 20 liters of water. The explosion destroyed the entire laboratory and left a crater 100 feet wide. By comparison, the planes carried 30 tons of aluminum into each one of the towers. Very interesting. That's all the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you Monday.